Welcome back to another video. Abadi right back here with another update. Right back behind me, you can see this our poultry farm, and our poultry farm have been doing very good. Yeah, very good since at the beginning all the way up to now. But last week was really terrible time for us. The bars were making like about 90 to 92% in production on a daily basis consistently. We never experienced any dip, but last week things got really rough for us, really rough. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you what happened in this video, and what we are doing right now, or what we did to kind of stabilize it. Okay, so but before we get into that, I'll invite you to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it to everybody, because we're gonna be sharing very important information right here in this video. It's gonna help you if you're interested in making a poultry business. So yeah, and in this channel we cover a lot of information about poultry, also a lot of stuff here in the Gambia. So if you're interested in anything in the Gambia, Africa, just make sure you hit the subscribe button, and yeah, watch our future videos. We have a lot of videos coming up. We did videos in the North Bank region, in the Soma area, and all of those are currently on the edit, and they're coming, and we have a lot for you right here on this channel. And don't forget also, we already opened a TikTok account. So for those of you who are not very who doesn't have much time to go through the 10-15 minutes video that we do here on YouTube, so you can just watch our TikTok pages. And yeah, if you're interested in that, you might want to follow us on that as well. All right, so these birds are super neat, okay, and we brought them to this farm. They came into the Gambia around the 14th of February 2022, and now they're about 8 months old. Okay, so right at 4 months 1 week, the first egg started dropping in our farm right here, and that was really a good time. Okay, and this is the first time we're doing poultry farming layer birds. Okay, and I would say the management was very good, and we managed to see the birds dropping at a very early stage. Some people will say before they are forced, before the birds drop, it would take them about maybe 5 months, or maybe 4.5 to 5 months before the birds will start dropping. But this bird dropped at exactly 4 months and 1 week. Okay, before the end of the 1 week, the 4 months 1 week, the birds started dropping. They dropped the egg, I mean. Okay, and so we got them here. Let's say we bought them at 1 month old. In fact, we bought these birds here at 1 month old, because what we did was we allowed the supplier to brood the birds for us. Since this is our first batch, we don't know how brooding is done, so we allowed them to do brooding for us, and we are able to have all the 1,000 birds in our farm. And right now we have a mortality of maybe less than I think about 4 to 5%. Yeah, so right now we are making like I said, we were making up to like 92% in production, between 90 to 92. Okay, so last week the birds started dropping. Okay, but before they start dropping, what happened was, you can see in the feed right now they're eating, and this is about 6 p.m. okay, 6 p.m. When they were doing very good, they usually finish their feed around maybe 5 to, yeah, around 5. It will be just left with some few dust. Okay, but right now I can see there are some feed in their feeders. But when these birds were performing at 92%, 90 to 92%, by 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock latest, the feed will almost run out. Okay, it will just be left with dust, and you will not be seeing most of the birds eating. So most of them will be resting, calming themselves down. But 1 week ago, we started seeing that at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, there will still be feed. So that is the first indication that there is a problem. Yeah, the birds kind of have a problem. It wasn't very apparent to us, or it wasn't very like noticeable, but that's the first thing that we kind of neglect. Okay, but the one running this farm right now, I started the farm doing almost everything on my own, but right now there's somebody managing the farm like 100%. Okay, so I just come around to make sure that everything is operating very well. Okay, and also have some CCTV cameras that I can log in, and I'll also see wherever I am. I don't necessarily have to be in a farm, so I always monitor it through CCTV. Alright, so he informed me that okay, the birds kind of not having that much energy, or maybe the appetite is kind of low. Okay, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe. I was like, okay, yeah, okay, okay, okay. So another day, okay, he informed me, but the eggs were just coming normal. Okay, we were making like 91% of that those days, and after the third day, the bar dropped from 90% or 91% to about 80%. So that's that we're like, oh man, there's something really wrong here. So before we started giving them any medication, it went down to 60%. Yeah, that one gave us really big trouble. Yeah, big trouble. Yeah, so I called feed supplier. I'm like, okay, around those days we didn't change feed, but the feed we buy feed twice a month. Okay, twice a month we always buy 30 bags, and maybe around in the 15th of the month we buy 30 bags, on the 28th also we buy 30 bags. So when the bar started dropping, it was around the 15th. So I was thinking, okay, maybe the supplier gave me the wrong feed, but I called them. I'm like, I hope the feed is the same that you gave me. He was like, yes. What happened? I'm like, okay, the bar started dropping, and he explained to me. He said, okay, but what happened? Like about 2 3 days ago, what did you experience from the bar? I'm like, okay, their feed consumption started going down. So he was like, okay, now let me explain to you what the bats will do when they start getting sick, or when sickness is kind of getting into their system. So he was like, okay, before the bats start dropping, when bats started having sickness, or they start to have sickness, before they start dropping the production, okay, before they start dropping in like the number of percentage they are making in a day, they will stop, they will reduce the amount of feed that they are eating for about a few days. Okay, you will not see any mortality those days, but you will see that the bats will drop, or will stop eating. Their appetite level will go down. Okay, and then after a few days, the appetite will really go down. Okay, and then that's the time that you'll see them see the production, or the eggs production start going down as well. Okay, or getting affected. So what you need to do is just get an antibiotic and give them full dose antibiotic. Okay, because I was thinking that we need to give them multivitamin to boost their appetite. He's like, okay, now the first thing that you need to do when they start dropping in appetite, because there was nothing wrong. If there is nothing wrong with the bat, they will still continue eating. You don't necessarily have to give them any antibiotic to, or sorry, any multivitamin to boost their appetite. They are already hungry. When a healthy animal wakes up in the morning, they just want to eat. So you don't necessarily have to give them. So if something happens, probably there is something wrong with their maybe system. So give them antibiotic for 5 days straight. Okay, and give them, like, there is treatment, there is also preventative measures. Okay, so for this, in this case, he advised me to do the treatment, like give them the full dose for 5 days. And yeah, so after when we started giving them that medication, the first day, we went down to 60%. The day that they went to 60%, that was the day that we give them the medication. And yeah, so it stayed at 60. It doesn't go further than that. It doesn't go further, like below 60%. So it stayed at 60, and then the second day it stays at 60%. The third day it went to maybe like 65 70%, and the fourth day it went to about 75%, and the fifth day, which was today, it went back to about maybe 87%. Okay, so right now, as of today, they are producing 87%, which is something that I wasn't even expecting to get like this soon. I was thinking before they get recovered, it would take us about a week or two, because that's the plan I set for myself. That's what I put in my head. Okay, so I have to make sure I'm ready for that loss. Okay, so I have to give them medication. Also, I have to get ready to get them some feed on standby, because I know at 60% they will not be able to give me enough money to be able to buy them feed. So I prepare my mind for that. But the fifth day, they are already almost at 90% again, and tomorrow we're expecting them to grow to about 90% again, or maybe 91%, or maybe this time it might even go to 95%. We're hoping, please get us to 90% or 95%. Yeah, so yeah, what I was saying, this is really amazing. Yeah, this is really amazing. And it's really giving us experience. This is how you get experience. Whatever you're doing, don't give up. If you see trouble, face trouble, try to solve the trouble, and hopefully trouble will go away and peace will start coming. And yeah, really, it's really beautiful, and I'm really grateful for all the help that I'm getting from the feed supplier, because anytime I want to ask about anything that doubts me on this batch, I call them and they give me everything that I need to know, and every time I see improvement, I see results. So shout out to Gam Holland for all the advice they're giving me or giving us, and all the other farmers that is picking feed from them. So if you are doing poultry farming, make sure you always have Gam Holland as your advisor, because they are really experienced in this and they are really helping us. All right, so I'm gonna leave their number also on the description of this video, or maybe somewhere on this video. If you want to do anything poultry, contact them and they will give you a lot of advice that you will never go wrong. So I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.